Welcome to Tungal College online classes. So today we are going to start our chemistry which goes lecture 2, and today we are going to start our atomic structure. Around 400 BC, the Indian and Greek philosophers had begun to speculate on a structure of atom. The Greek philosophers like Democritus and Eusebius suggested that if we go on dividing the matter, a stage at which the further division of the particles are not possible, that particles are none other than an atom. So let us understand what is the meaning of Democritus as well as Eusebius. For understanding purpose, I am taking imagine this is a piece of chalk, nothing but matter. And this piece of chalk I am dividing into 100 pieces. Among these 100 pieces, imagine 100 pieces is there. Among these 100 pieces, I took one piece and again I break down into 100 pieces. Imagine. And I took one more piece, again I did as usual. Then if you continuously divide this piece of chalk into 100 pieces, if you did so on, finally if we get an extremely small particle, this extremely small particle they called as an atom. So according to the Democritus and Eusebius, if we go on dividing the matter, a stage at which the further division of the particle is not possible, that particle is none other than an atom. Around same year, around 400 BC, the Indian philosophers like Maharshi Kannada and Katyayana suggested the same idea what was suggested by the Greek philosophers, Democritus and Eusebius. But they used two different terminology. They took padartha. If you go on dividing the padartha, a stage at which further division of the particles are not possible, that particle is none other than a Parmanu. And the Greek philosopher, this philosopher derived the word atom from the atomio. The word atom is derived from atomio, which means uncuttable or non-divisible. But this structure of atom has no any experimental evidences. Simply they crushed the matter into small pieces and a final piece they took, the smallest piece they called as an atom. There is no experimental evidences. There is no any experimental evidences. So later another scientist came forward by the name is John Dalton. Dalton's atomic model. Dalton's atomic model. So what is the atom is given by the Greek philosophers, Democritus and Eusebius is taken by the Dalton, and Dalton suggests that atom is the smallest, matter is made up of the smallest particles, smallest indivisible particles. Those particles are nothing but atoms. So atoms are not possible to divide. And another important point suggested by the Dalton is atoms of same elements are same in all aspects. Suppose I am taking hydrogen. If you take hydrogen from anywhere, the properties of these two hydrogens are always the same. So what he said is atoms of same elements are same in all aspects. So the physical properties as well as chemical properties. But this statement has no value because atoms of the same element have certain properties different. Suppose if you take isotope hydrogen 1,1 and hydrogen 1,2. Here atomic number is same but mass number is different. Atoms of the same element may not be have all the properties the same. Here you can take carbon 612, carbon 640. So atomic numbers are same but mass numbers will be different. Then another important point is given by John Dalton is atoms of the different elements are different in all aspects. So if you take two different elements, those two different elements will be different in physical properties as well as chemical properties. Suppose I am taking carbon 612, carbon 614, nitrogen 714. What Dalton said is atoms of the different elements are different in all aspects, but it is not valid because these are the two different elements. Carbon and nitrogen both are two different elements, but they have same mass number. Atoms of the different elements have different. Atoms of the different elements are different in all aspects, but it is not valid. Even I can take an example: argon 1840, calcium 2040. Here also different elements. They have same mass number. And another important point is atoms combine to form a compound. Atoms combined to form compound. And one other important point is atoms are responsible for the chemical reactions. So chemical reactions is because of atoms. Atoms involved in the chemical reactions. So among all these points, John Dalton model also has certain limitations. He said that atom is not possible to develop; it is uncuttable, and it is no value. After in modern atomic models, atom is possible to develop. Atom is made up of protons, neutrons, as well as electrons. So protons, neutrons, electrons present inside the atom. If the atom is not possible to divide, then how electrons, protons, and neutrons arrange inside the atom? So according to modern atomic models, atom is possible to divide into subatomic particles. Then this point also is not valid. Atoms of the same elements are same in all aspects, but here is different mass numbers. So if this point also is not valid. And even atoms of the different elements are different in all aspects, but these even though they are different elements, they have same mass numbers. So this point of Dalton also is not valid. And only the thing is the atoms are combined to form a compound, and the atoms are the responsible for the chemical reactions. So these 2 points are valid. So it has certain limitations. Then, so after Dalton model, we are going to discuss about modern atomic models. Modern atomic models suggest that the atoms are further divided into subatomic particles like electrons, protons, and neutrons. So already we know very well electron was discovered by the J.J. Thomson, and proton was discovered by the Goldstein, and neutron was discovered by the Chadwick. Then among the modern models, the first one is, and one more important point is these subatomic particles, electrons, protons, and neutrons. How these electrons, protons, neutrons arrange inside the atom. The modern atomic model will discuss about atom is possible to divide into subatomic particles. In addition to that, how these electrons, protons, and neutrons arrange inside the atom and how they are behaving. Among modern atomic models, the first one we are going to discuss about Thomson model. Thomson model of atom. According to J.J. Thomson, the entire atom is a sphere of positive charge. The entire atom is a sphere of positive charge. This is according to me, atom is a spherical in shape, and the entire atom is a sphere of positive charge. And electrons are emitted in it. Electrons are emitted in it. The Thomson model of atom also we compare with the watermelon, so that we have to refer it as a watermelon model of atom. Let us compare the Thomson model of atom with the watermelon electrons. Suppose take a watermelon, cut into 2 pieces. Take one half, and if you look at that half, what you identify is the red edible part. That red edible part will be taken as a sphere of positive charge. In that red edible part, seeds are embedded in it. Those seeds are considered as a electron. So that the Thomson model of atom also referred as a watermelon model. And another important point is he explained the electrical neutrality of an atom. Number of positive charges is equal to number of negative charges. As a result, an atom is a neutral. So this is a Thomson model of atom. But Thomson model of atom did not explain the objections raised in the Rutherford's model of atom. Let us look into the Rutherford's model of atom. Rutherford's model of atom. The Rutherford conducted a alpha particle scattering experiment based on this experiment and is observed based on that observations he gives postulates. According to Rutherford's model, the positive charge and the entire mass of an atom will be concentrated at the center in a small region. That small region he called as a nucleus. The discovery of nucleus in atom mysteries goes to Rutherford. He said that the positive charge and the entire mass of an atom will be present, it will be concentrated at a small region at the center. The small region he called as a nucleus. So this is the nucleus. And electrons are distributed around the nucleus, and electrons are continuously revolving in definite paths. These he called as orbits. The second point related to this is orbits. And nucleus and electrons are held together by electrostatic force of attraction. So these are the three main postulates given by the Rutherford. The first one is the positive charge and entire mass of atom is concentrated in a small region called as a nucleus, and the electrons are continuously revolving in the nucleus in a definite paths are called as orbits. And in nucleus, this is nucleus and electrons both have oppositely charged. Nucleus is positive and electrons are negative. Both are oppositely charged. As a result, they held together by electrostatic force of attraction. And this Rutherford model of atom has certain limitations. So it does not explain stability of atom. It does not explain stability of atom. According to physics, when a charged particles are continuously moving, they lose energy. When electrons are continuously revolving in the nucleus, whenever it is losing electron, when electron is lost energy, slowly it will be fall into the nucleus because both are attract each other, fall into the nucleus, atom will be get collapsed. So atom will be get collapsed in the sense and matter does not exist. So that this model of atom does not explain the stability of atom. So to overcome these problems, another model came forward by the name is Bohr's model of atom. Bohr's model of atom. So what we are discussing is Maharshi Kanadan Katyayana democracy first has certain limitations. There is experimental evidences. We came to the Dalton model. Dalton model has limitations. To overcome those limitations, we came to the Thomson model. Thomson model has limitations. To overcome those limitations, we came to the Rutherford's model. Even Rutherford's model is a successful model, but even though it has a successful model, it has certain limitations. To overcome these limitations, we are coming to learn about. We are going to learn Bohr's model of atom. Then, so what are the limitations lies in the Rutherford's model atom will be overcome in the Bohr's model of atom. So Bohr suggests that electrons are continuously revolved in the nucleus in a circular path. These circular paths he called as orbits or shells or energy levels. Energy levels. So these we have to call as orbits or shells or energy levels. And these orbits or shells will be designated by the letters K, L, M, N and so on, and given numbers as principal quantum number 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. And another important point is as long as electron continuously evolve in a particular orbit, the energy of electron does not change. Energy of electron in orbit does not change with time. The energy of orbit does not change with time, so that we have to call it as a stationary orbit. Stationary orbits. Whenever electron jumps from a lower energy state to higher energy state, energy is absorbed. Whenever electron jumps from a higher energy state to lower energy state, energy will be emitted. So my point is this is energy level 1 and this is the energy level 2, and here energy of the electron is E1. Here I am labelling as energy of electron is E2. When electron jumps from a lower energy state to higher energy state, then in this case energy is absorbed. Whenever electron jumps from a higher energy state to lower energy state, energy is emitted. The difference in the energy between the two transition states, so two states will be given by delta E is equal to E2 minus E1. And another important postulate of Bose model is the angular momentum of an electron is integral multiple of h by 2 phi. So mvr is equal to h by 2 phi. Here is angular, we have to take 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have to take as an integral multiple of nh by 2 phi. The angular momentum of an electron is integral multiple of nh by 2 phi. So these are the postulates of Bose model. Even though it is very successful model, but it has certain limitations. The Bose model do not explain the Stark effect, and Bose model do not explain the Zeeman effect. And this Bose model will be applicable to the atoms which contain a single electron. For the multi-electron atoms, the Bose model is not applicable. Then, after completion of Bose model, we are going to get look into the quantum mechanical model of atom. Last model of atom, quantum mechanical model of atom. The quantum mechanics is a theoretical science which deals with the motion of microscopic objects which have both particle-like property as well as wave-like properties. So any microscopic object which has in motion, which have both wave-like and particle-like property, they are comes under the study of quantum mechanics. So quantum mechanics independently developed by the Heisenberg and Schrödinger. So let us look into some important features of quantum mechanical model of atom. The postulate number 1, energy of an electron in atom is quantized. So quantum mechanical model of atom says that energy of electron in atom is quantized. Energy is quantized. Energy is quantized. That means they have a particular energy value. That particular value is called as a quantized value. And another important feature of this quantum mechanical model of atom is the existence of electronic levels in an atom is a direct result of wave-like properties of an atom. So according to de Broglie, so whenever the electron continuously revolving in the nucleus, this electron will revolve in the form of a wave. Electrons will be revolving in the form of a wave. Because of this wave-like property of electron, there is existence of quantized electronic energy levels. The third important feature of quantum mechanical model of it is both exact position and momentum of electron cannot be determined simultaneously. The position is determined, there is uncertainty in the momentum. The moment is determined, there is uncertainty in the position. But we can say the probability of electron around the nucleus. So the three-dimensional space around the nucleus, where the maximum probability of finding electron is there, that space we are calling as orbital. Orbitals. So orbitals are none other than the three-dimensional space around the nucleus where the maximum probability of finding electron. So the maximum probability of finding electron we are calling as orbitals. Another important feature of quantum mechanical model of atom is the probability of finding of electron in atom within a point is proportional to the square of orbital wave function. So these are the important features of quantum mechanical model of atom. So today in our discourse class, so what so far we learned, let us recall. So atomic model starting around 500 BC, around 400 BC, Indian and Greek philosophers, Maharshi Kanada and Katayama, Greek philosophers, Democritus first suggest that if we go on dividing the matter, a stage at which further division of the particles are not possible, that particles are called as atom. So this is first postulate is given by the Greek philosophers as well as Indian philosophers. but it has many practical evidences or experimental evidences. We are not considering. It has limitations. Then after that, the Greek philosophers and Indian philosophers, the next one is Dalton model of atom. Dalton model of atom. In Dalton model of atom, Dalton took the what is atom is given by the Greeks as well as Indian philosophers. He said that atom is impossible to divide. Atom is not uncuttable or non-divisible. Even this Dalton model also has limitations after discovery of electrons, protons, and neutrons inside the atom. So after discovery of electrons, protons, and neutrons, we are going to get learn about new modern atomic models. In the case of modern atomic models, first one is going to learn about Thomson model of atom. In Thomson model of atom, so atom is a sphere of positive charge. In this, electrons are embedded. So atom is a sphere of positive charge. In this, electrons are embedded. Even though it explains the electrical neutrality of an atom, but what are the objections raised in the Rutherford model atom will be not explained by the Thomson model of atom. So it has limitations. To overcome these limitations, another model came forward by the name is Rutherford. Rutherford's model of atom. In Rutherford's model of atom, Rutherford conducted the alpha particle scattering experiment. Based on his experiment, he said that the entire positive charge in the mass of the atom is concentrated at the center. He called it as a nucleus. Electrons are continuously revolve in the nucleus in a definite path are called as orbital. And even Rutherford model of atom also has certain limitations. He did not explain the stability of atom. To overcome these limitations, and one more point is it does not explain even spectra of an atom. To overcome these limitations, another model came forward by the name is Bohr's model of atom. Bohr's model of atom. So Bohr's model, according to Bohr's, electrons are continuously revolve the nucleus in a definite path. These circular paths are called as orbits. So energy of electron in a particular orbit is constant. We have to call them as stationary orbits. And whenever electron comes from the lower energy state to higher energy state or higher energy state to lower energy state, the energy difference between the two excited state will be calculated using delta E is equal to E2 minus E1, and the angular momentum of electron is integral multiple of NH by integral multiple of H by 2π. So even this Bohr's model has certain limitations. Those overcome those limitations, another model came forward by the name is quantum mechanical model of atom. The quantum mechanical model of atom explains mainly about orbitals, existence of orbitals and existence of orbitals. The three-dimensional space around the nucleus where the maximum probability of finding electron is there. The three-dimensional space around the nucleus where the maximum probability of finding electron, that maximum probability of finding electron region is called as orbital. So this is similarly relating to the atomic structure. So next video will come into another bench course topic.